I read once about a park ranger who was curled up on a floor in a cabin, slowly freezing to death. His name was John Elliott, and he had walked many miles that day through deep snow, checking for avalanches in the Rocky Mountains. He was exhausted, so instead of heading for home, he drug himself into this cabin for the night. He didn't bother to build a fire. He didn't remove his clothes. He was so tired, he crumpled to the floor and he fell into a deep sleep. And there were sub-freezing winds coming through the walls of that cabin that night. And the ranger actually was paralyzed by the cold. He was in danger of freezing to death. And that's when his dog, a Saint Bernard, sensed that something was wrong. The dog came over to his owner and he whined. And then he whined louder right into his ears. He kept on whining until he roused his near comatose friend. Elliot said later, "If that dog had not been with me, I would be dead today." When you're freezing to death, you actually feel warm all over, and you don't wake up because it feels so good. Now, this story helps us to see the spiritual state of many people today. Those who are lost and oblivious to their condition. They are so deep in their sin, they don't respond to our efforts to bring them to their senses. But thanks be to God for all the means He uses to arouse people from sleep. He could be using me right now. He might use more drastic measures to shake you. He might allow a crisis to arrive in your life to shake you up, to awake you. And if you are lost in your sin and He's waking you up, He does that because He loves you. You need to wake up now and come to Him for salvation. In Isaiah 45, verse 22, He says, "Turn to me and be saved." I'm Colin Stringer, the preacher for the Tustin Church of Christ.